I'm Vicki Dennett, and I was a partner with BKD.
I'm Gordon Elliott, and I was president of National Pizza Company.
My name's Kevin Mitchelson. I'm an attorney with the Wheeler and Mitchelson law firm here in Pittsburgh.
I became involved in the Community Foundation because I received a phone call from Kayla Joy, and she told me that Kansas Health Foundation had offered us a $300,000 grant if we would raise $300,000 to start a community foundation. And she and I met and talked, and then we went to see Kevin Mitchelson and talked about a 501c3 because that was one of the requirements.
Gordon Elliott called and said he had a project he wanted to talk about, and Kayla Joy and Gordon came to my office and we visited about it. I learned that through the efforts of Kathleen Flannery and Kayla Joy, who had involvement with programs of the Kansas Health Foundation, that they were going to fund startup of community foundations across certain communities in Kansas, and that Pittsburgh was one of them. And was I interested in helping out with that project? And of course I was.
When we first started talking about a community foundation, there was a combination of things. Some people were very excited to know that we had one or were going to begin one, and others had no idea what community foundations are or do. And so it was a combination of selling and fulfilling hopeful expectations.
I remember a meeting in our office. It was Rita Bicknell and Linda Wilkinson and me, and we were discussing how are we going to do this. And we kind of kicked around, and Rita said, well, maybe we should only try to raise $150,000. Maybe 300's too high. And we kind of bantered back and forth and said, no, let's go for it. We think Pittsburgh will do this. We think we have the people in the community that will make this happen, and fortunately we did.
And then we found out that there had been a beginning of a community foundation some years back, but as the banks began to change hands, it just sat there. So then we were told, met with Gay Adams, and we were told that if we could get started, that they would give that $30,000 to the community foundation. So that was really the first fresh money that we had.
We organized a luncheon at Crestwood. It was attended by, well, most everybody we invited. Those families became the folks who signed the articles of incorporation of the foundation and became the founders.
I got involved pretty early after the foundation was set up, and I was asked to get involved both on the work side as a trustee, but also to help with the fundraising. And so I went to the BKD Foundation, and we contributed, and that money went towards a match that the Kansas Health Foundation had.
I was interested in being involved in the community foundation because in our law practice and otherwise, I had seen, families, later generation left Pittsburgh, money's leaving Pittsburgh. I knew there was a lot of need in Pittsburgh, that if we had a way for families to support organizations and leave legacy gifts in Pittsburgh, we could keep that money in the community and do good things in and around Pittsburgh and southeast Kansas. That's what we set out to do.
Well, as a CPA, we have clients who are very charitable minded, but sometimes if they're willing to contribute to a group of organizations or they're willing to contribute even after they're gone, there's lots of issues that come up. And with the Community Foundation, we're able to address those needs and find a solution for them.
I don't think in my mind I was really looking to solve problems. I think it was a matter of establishing a place where charitable funds would be accumulated so that as the problems began to occur or be identified, then collectively, hopefully people would apply to it.
The thing about a community foundation is it's totally different than any other kind of foundation. It truly is an opportunity to bring funds together for the good of the community, but also for particular interests that people have.
I think the problems that the Community Foundation is going to be able to address going forward are going to be things that in addition to food security, which is become an issue, and fortunately we're trying to address that. I think it's that sort of thing that we don't even know today what the needs of the community are going to be, but I think the Community Foundation and the generosity of our donors will allow us to be able to address things and to adapt and address things that come up as they come up.
As the Community Foundation celebrates their 20th anniversary, I'm excited about the infrastructure that was set up when the Community Foundation first was set up 20 years ago, and that has sustained us and allowed us to be a great place, a place that people can trust to put their money and know that their goals will be met in the future.